Women musicians are still largely ignored by the Australian music industry. To redress the balance, Australian Women's Contemporary Music has organised a concert next week for female country artists. We close our program with a group that will perform at Sydney's Harbourside Brasserie next Friday. Mary Lou's Lucky Stars with Come On In. That's all for this week. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to your company next week. Good night.
Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in, I know you like swimming. Come on in, the water's fine. Throw yourself into these loving arms of mine. Well, it's been a long, cold winter, but the ice is melting fast. And I know you want to be here, but you'd be the last to us. So take off your coat, I'll worry. Your hat and scarf off you. Throw away those gloves I've hurting, 'cause you know I want you here. Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in, I know you like swing. Come on in, the water's fine. Throw yourself into these loving arms of mine. I've been hurt and I've been humble. I cried the winter through, but I licked my wounds and looked around, trying to see you've been hurt too. So let the memory of heartache fall softly to the floor. Listen to the ocean calling, it'll lead you to my door. Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in, I know you like swimming. Come on in, the water's fine. Throw yourself into these loving arms of mine.
But first, let's start the show on a musical note. Madonna, Cher, Paula Abdul and Kylie Minogue, I've got a China Minogue, Kylie Minogue, all enjoy their fair share of the limelight in the pop music world. But many would argue that the road to the top is still much tougher for women in the industry than for men, especially in Australia. The formation of Australian Women's Contemporary Music Incorporated in 1988 was an attempt to improve the status of women in music, and so far they've been the push behind several major initiatives. The latest project is A Country Mile, a concert featuring women in Australian country music. And here to get us toe-tapping this morning is one of the artists that will feature in the show, Mary Lou's Lucky Stars with Feeling Good, Being Bad. Take it away, girls.
1, 2, 3. Feeling good, being bad, having the best time I've ever had. Since you left me, I'm feeling so much bolder. I've discovered I like liquor, and it goes down even quicker with a cigarette and someone right round my shoulder. When you left me, you said, honey, you got no love and you got no money. You'll be sorry when you seen the last of me. Oh, baby, here's the latest news. Bought me a brand new pair of shoes. I'm strutting out to yet another party. Tell 'em, can we tell? There are times in life it's true when I stop and think. Times we had things we did together. And then I'll get to thinking about your flirting and your drinking, and it makes me wonder why I ever bothered. 'Cause there's nothing in this world sure to make your average girl madder than a bonnet full of thieves. Than someone who doesn't love her, she should thank the Lord above her. She can leave and do whatever she pleases. So if your loving life goes bad and it only makes you mad, don't wait around until that sucker leaves you. Put on your biggest smile, I'll be back in just a while.
sort of circumnavigate the
I thought you puffed out from dancing.
I was over there doing this. And then suddenly it stopped and I wasn't sort of around the studio. But welcome, Mary Lou. Nice to have you here this morning. Pamela, nice to see you. And Catherine. Hi. Nice to see you here too this morning. Do you feel, girls, really that the sort of Australian music scene or the music scene worldwide still does cater more to men than it does to women?
Definitely, definitely. The women performers, they're starting to become more of them.
Yeah.
But definitely musicians, sound engineers, managers, all those fields, there's still a dearth of women. And it's very hard for women to get into those areas.
So how has the Australian, or how has Australian women's contemporary music incorporated helped women? Has it done?
Well, I'll tell you what it's done for me from my personal experience. I did some workshops that they put on called Fast Forward, which were all-girl. It was an all-girl rock festival, and they had all kinds of different workshops. And I did band management, promotion, publicity. They had songwriting and stuff like that. So girls from all over the place. Lots of girls came up from Melbourne for it. Could learn specific skills, and every night there were all-girl bands playing, so it was fantastic. And then last year I was doing all-girl country jamborees at the Pismo Bar, so I got in touch with Vicky Gordon, who's the artistic director there, and she put me in touch with other women in the industry who might be interested in playing. So
Is this how you guys met? No?
Well, no, we'd been playing for a while. So the networking side is very important as well, so that women in the industry can get in touch with other women who may be interested.
It's just that we hardly knew any other female musicians. We knew they were around, but we just couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So AWCM has been fantastic with that.
I guess also it doesn't have to get to the stage when you only work with female musicians. I mean, ideally it would be good if you could sort of work side by side with men in the business, and you could all be a sound engineer if you wanted to, and you could all...
Well, AWCM is not separatist in any way, and there are lots of men who do support AWCM and what it does. And we recently had a big benefit at Mars nightclub, and there were men on stage, you know, there wasn't any separatism at all.
That's fantastic. And now this concert, Mary Lou, tell me about that, a country mile.
Well, I got the idea last year when we were doing the all-girl country jams, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to do a big concert with some of our favourite female Australian country songwriters and singers. And I went to Vicky with the idea at AWCM, and she said, great, I'll give you all the help and support that you need, and that's exactly what she's done.
That's wonderful. Who's performing?
We've got Judy Stone.
Lovely. She was on the show last week, actually.
Well, there you go.
Yes, and Anne was on a few months ago.
Yeah. And Jenny Kane from the Canes.
Right.
The ex-Flying Emus. They'll be on, and there'll be us.
So it'll be a big night. We'll be had by all girls.
Yeah, it's going to be fabulous.
Friday the 26th.
Lovely. And yes, I'll tell people about that in just a moment. But Mary Lou, I'm glad we told them twice now. It's lovely. Good to see you, Mary Lou. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Pamela, congratulations. And Catherine, have a good night on the 26th.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. And a country mile is actually, as Mary Lou just said, just slow down, Joan. That quick skip around the studio did me a lot of harm. Harborside Brasserie in Sydney on Friday the 26th of July at 8 p.m. And we will be back in just a moment, so don't you go away, will you?